And here we go. We are on. We are on. Are we all set up here? All right, all right, all right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It's the Road to a Million show. My goodness, the things that are happening, the things that are evolving on the Road to a Million show. You won't believe it. It's just it's evolving, it's growing, it's blossoming. It's turning into something. I don't know if this is what we planned, but it's turning into some things, right? And we're evolving, we're growing. Okay, let's start properly. It's the Road to a Million show at Road to a Million show on YouTube. It's Daron Campbell Coaching Road to a Million show on Facebook at Daron Campbell Coaching. And wow, the things that are happening, the things that are growing, the audience is building. The excitement is wild. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. Who knows where else we're live? Maybe I don't even know where all the places are that we're live. But I'm Daron C. Campbell, the hardest working man in real estate. I'm your real estate mentor. I'm also your accountability partner. I'm also your coach. I have chosen all these roles because I think it's an opportunity. I want to take the opportunity to teach and show and illustrate in real time, in real life, how you can grow and advance and get yourself better in all departments. Your brain, your body, and your bank account. Oh man, I got a lot to talk about in multiple departments today. So let's start with a recap. Okay, so right now, like just last week, 1 week ago today, I declared the real estate revolution. The real estate revolution. What is that? Real estate revolution is this thing I thought of, and then I said, screw it. Why not? We are going to take, the goal is over 5 years, we're going to turn 5,000 renters into owners. 5,000 renters into home owners. What do you think of that? Is that ambitious? Is it crazy? I think it's crazy, and I love it. I love crazy. You know, things get done when somebody crazy steps into the picture. Did you notice that? Somebody crazy had to shake up the world to make something happen. Think of all the crazy folks. Steve Jobs, that dude was a little bit crazy, right? But did he change the planet? Absolutely. Elon Musk, people agree that dude is kind of crazy, but he is changing the planet. You know what's funny? Speaking of Elon Musk, I was in this gorgeous, mega, beautiful Mercedes dealership on Veterans Day. And I spoke at there's a veterans homeowners event being put on by my buddy Steven Sherrill. But anyway, the point of the story is I'm in this Mercedes dealership. I'm looking at all these gorgeous $150,000 and $200,000 Mercedes Benzes. And you know what all they could talk about while we were there? Was my all-electric Tesla that I pulled up in. And they were defending how Mercedes is about to get one. Mercedes is going to do that. Mercedes will be able to do that soon. I said, hey, they were like, man, why don't you step up to this GTC we got right here? It's $185,000, but it's the hottest, baddest ride, yada, yada, yada. He told me all that. I said, that's a beautiful car, man. But you see that Tesla right there? It drove me here from LA to Temecula. They were like, I said, can that GTC for $180,000 drive me from Studio City to Temecula? 131 miles? They were like, it will be able to. We're working on that. I'm like, call me when you're done working on that. At the end of the day, Elon Musk is shaking up the world. To my point, sometimes it takes a crazy person or at least somebody that people perceive as crazy. But those crazy people sometimes tend to be crazy like a fox. Don't you agree? Think of all the people thought Henry Ford was nuts. You're going to mass produce this loud, horseless carriage and call it an automobile? That dude's crazy. That dude over there is nuts over there trying to build those things. Those automobiles are so loud, they're scaring all the horses. So they wanted to talk him out of building the automobile and mass producing the automobile because they were so loud that they were scaring the horses that were driving the people around the normal way. Now, who won that tug of war? The crazy man who was building the horseless carriages called automobiles. So Elon Musk, kind of crazy. Steve Jobs, kind of crazy. There's more. People thought Bill Gates was kind of crazy. People thought Mark Zuckerberg in his dorm trying to figure out this let's all talk to each other for free platform called the Facebook. They thought he was crazy. What you think now? So I'm here to tell you that I know some people think I'm crazy with this 5,000 renters turned into 5,000 homeowners in the next 5 years. But that's just crazy enough that it might work. What do you think? You guys in the mood? We already got our first few people lined up. Speedy, right here in the studio, is going to be the very first person. And what we're going to do, what's exciting, what we're going to do is we're going to take Speedy and we're going to take Speedy's whole situation. Credit, couple of challenges there. Loan approval. You know, there's always some hoops to jump through in the loan approval process. And finding the right house that fits his parameters, that fits his budget, but that fits his family. Because we're going to try to get him a basketball court and a swimming pool included in the mix. And we're going to let you watch that process happen. And what's going to happen when you watch that process happen, you're going to see that it is completely doable to go from a person with a couple of credit bumps and have no idea how we're going to get that pre-approval done and not having any idea that he could actually own this certain type of property. And boom, we're going to put him in that property and he's going to be an owner. It's going to change everything about life. When you become an owner, life changes. The trajectory of your life changes. Your ability to maneuver changes dramatically. So the real estate revolution, and Angie's going to do a t-shirt about it. We got a lot of t-shirts to make, Angie, 10, 11, 12 t-shirts. Anyway, by the way, Nick and Marlon and Angie kind of as a combined group are helping us figure out all the different t-shirts that we need to have. And I'll start rocking those t-shirts on the air and you'll be able to buy those t-shirts at cost. We don't want to make any money off the damn t-shirts, but you'll be able to rock some Road to a Million t-shirts. We got 10 or 11 themes already. And so the real estate revolution, 5,000 homes in 5 years, will be a definite t-shirt theme. We're going to definitely have a real estate revolution t-shirt. Plan on that. So the point is we're going to do something crazy. We're going to get 5,000 people into their homes and Speedy's going to be first. And we're going to get Don in his own joint. We're going to get Nick in his own joint. We're going to get Marlon in his own joint. Oh, and check out what's going to happen a little later in this show. My cousin Lenny, call him Cousin Lenny, is his plane just landed from Chicago, and he is going to come onto the set. He flew here all the way from Chicago and is going to join me on the set, and we're going to talk about Chicago home ownership and what's going on with him. So my goal is to just bring some real-world examples in here, in addition to some experts who can just help show you the way, show us the way. Let's just we're just gonna, things. I find that facts tell and stories sell. So I need to give you some stories that are real life examples of what you're gonna be able to do with your real estate future. And then, whoa, man, this is getting exciting because then once we start this real estate revolution and we start getting people to own their first home, then we're going to get into what I'm going to talk to you about today. Today's topic is it multifamily, Marlon? Is that what we said? Multifamily is the theme today. We're going to talk about how you can own more than one unit, and sometimes it makes sense for that more than one unit property to be your first property. And then later on, not today, but later on, I'm going to show you the merits of owning a whole lot of units and how real estate investing gets to an advanced level. I think you guys know that my my focus has been, most of my career has been focused on the purchase and sale of apartment buildings. Well, we got some apartment stuff working that we're going to show you. We're going to show you behind the scenes of what it's like to buy a portfolio of apartment buildings and what it's like to buy and own and operate 50, 60, 80, 100 units of apartments. And we're also going to show you, and I'm giving you like a snapshot of what 2020 is going to look like. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to show you how you could potentially become a co-owner and an investor in an apartment portfolio. Uh-oh. Wow. Now we're taking it to the wealth building level. So get ready, brace yourself, because some good stuff is coming. Good stuff is coming. So this is going to be a combination of things. So this is what you can expect on the road to $1 million. Number one, if you're any type of a real estate, mortgage, or financial professional, then I'm going to bring those types of experts right here to talk to you about how to grow that business for yourself. If you're a person that's not in any of those professions, those people that I bring on board are going to show you how to grow your money, save your money, invest your money, grow your credit, right? So if I'm talking to an expert, you're taking notes, you're learning how to boost your credit, you're learning how to plan your financial future, you're learning how to insure your family, you're learning how to finance your first home, you're learning how to finance that multifamily property. All of that is coming together. So if you're a professional, they're going to help you grow in that manner. If you're a layman, if you're a person who's not in the financial or real estate business, you're going to learn from the best in the business. I'm going to have them sitting right next to me. And I'm also going to bring in regular people who aren't in the financial business, and we're going to walk them from zero to ownership. Speedy will be first. There'll be many others after him. So I'm going to bring in people from, and see, I know Speedy talks to a lot of people in the entertainment world. I'm going to have an actress on here probably next week. I'm going to have our credit repair person here, I think 2 weeks from today. I'm going to have a private money lender here. Oh, wait, did I say a week from today? The private money guy will be here. And then the list goes on and on. We're filling up the docket for the entire next 12 to 15 months. So get ready, buckle up. Good stuff is coming. Your brain, your body, and your bank account. Hey, check this out. Let's talk about the body for a quick second. I am embarking upon a new adventure. I'm always trying something new, right? Well, all the noise and all the chatter has got me thinking and researching and checking out this whole plant-based diet concept. And so just to see how it might work out, I decided, all right, as of my birthday, I'm going plant-based. So that I can live it and show you guys what it means and how it works, I am going to commit to you to show you, tell you about all of my progress in the plant-based world. Now, okay, so man, I get all over the place because I want to tell you all the things that are going through my head. If you guys know, if those of you who know me really well know that I wake up at about 3:30 in the morning and I start reading and thinking, and because my brain wakes me up and I can't go back to sleep. So I just started reading some stuff. I started watching webinars. I start researching things. And so in the last 72 hours or so, I've been doing some pretty heavy research on the things that have been the most successful at helping people lose body fat, lose weight. So I want to get down to like 12% body fat. That's pretty ambitious because I'm a pretty medium guy and I bulk up fast. If I lift heavy weights, I'll swell up and that's not the look I'm trying to necessarily go for. I want to get lean. I want to get ripped. I want to get lean and ripped. I want to get down to about 12% body fat. So around my birthday, I was thinking, okay, what am I going to do really? What do I really want to do and to get serious about leaning out? First thing I got to do is I got to become accountable, right? Well, here I am telling you guys, here I go. I'm going to be accountable to you. I'm going to get this body fat down. Right now, last check, I was at like 24% body fat. My goal, I'm giving it to you right now, this next 12 months is going to be my super fitness, change everything kind of year. My birthday was 2 days ago. I started yesterday, and I'm going to go from 24% body fat down to 12. So there it is. You got my commitment. So that's the Daron Campbell challenge on the weight loss. So now if you guys want to join me in that department, you can chime in and let me know. But I'm going from 24 to 12. So what that prompted was for me to start doing some homework. I'm doing some research. I said, okay, if you're going to go from 24% body fat down to 12, that's some major stuff. But the fact is, in order to do that, I'm going to have to lose approximately, in my estimation, I'm going to have to lose about 18 to 20 pounds. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay. But that's what it's got to be. So I'm telling you guys right now, man, I'm going on record with this. I'm just putting my business in the streets. I weighed in this morning at 200.1 pounds. So I'm 200 pounds. There it is. 200 pounds. I'm starting out at 200. All right. 200 pounds. And I have decided that I'm going to combine. Okay. I did some homework, you guys. So now look, I researched a bunch of stuff, and I tried a bunch of stuff to moderate levels with varying levels of success. I've tried keto. I've tried paleo. I've actually done a raw cleanse before. So I've tried all these things. What I haven't tried, and I'm kind of deciding to commit to for a while, not for a while, I'm just going to do it. I'm going plant-based. So my new platform is plant-based with a combination of, because this is what I read is the most effective. I read that intermittent fasting and a plant-based diet that includes protein, now this is important, is the most effective way to burn quickly. So I'm gonna get Speedy and Marlon and Don and Nick. They're gonna get with me. We're gonna all do it. They don't have to commit to plant-based. That's my decision. But we all ought to think about this intermittent fasting thing. I read about 26 case studies, and the fact is, intermittent fasting is amongst the most rapid ways to trim body fat, and it is proven to be amongst the most successful methods. So what does that mean? So I read this book called Eat, Stop, Eat. So Marlon will put that on the screen. Eat, Stop, Eat. And it's all about intermittent fasting. And if you want to call and talk about it, Don will answer the phone. It's 818-914-4087. But this is the body segment of this show. And I'm telling you, I'm going plant-based diet combined with intermittent fasting. All right. Now, Daron, explain intermittent fasting to me. Here's the concept. The day is broken up into windows. They like to say 8-hour windows for your body to different phases that your body is in. So there's 24 hours. There's 3 8-hour windows. But the most effective diet for burning fat quickly is to eat all of your meals inside of 1 8-hour window. Now, for some people, they go, what the heck? That means you literally go 16 hours from your last meal to your first. Now, for me, this is you can just do this any way you want if you choose to do it. But for me, that means, so last night, I'll just give you an example. I ate dinner at 7:30 p.m. I will go, so let's just say 8 o'clock. It's easier to chop it up like that. So 8 o'clock is the end of my eating window. So between noon and 8, I can eat whatever I'm going to eat for the day. So first meal at noon, you want to have a snack at 2:30 or 3. You want to eat your dinner right around 8, and that's it. And then boom, you go the next day so today I won't eat anything. I'll take cousin Lenny to lunch or something at noon, but nothing before noon except a cup of coffee and some water. Angie, can we get Road to a Million water? What do you think? Actually, I know somebody who could do that for us. Anyway, so no food from nothing but coffee or water between 8 p.m. and not till noon the next day. Now, for some people that might be that's a long time, and it might be a struggle the first few days. But what I found is that if you just you get up and you get into your routine and you start, you treat your day, I'm most aggressive in the morning. I do all kind of stuff in the morning. I wake up too early. I start reading, thinking, working. I drink a little coffee. I drink a little water. And before you know it, it's noon anyway. So I'll have my first meal at noon. That's going to be a plant-based meal because that's my new drill. Somewhere in the middle of that day, I'll eat some fruit. And sometime toward the end of the day, I'll eat probably a large plant-based meal. So, but listen, I want you to understand real quickly. The recommendation is not necessarily that you live on a plant-based diet. That's my decision because I think that's going to even accelerate the fat loss that much more. But it's been wildly successful with people who eat a normal diet, but they do it between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. And we got to try this. Don, I want you to try this with me, bro. This is going to blow you guys away. I watch study after study after study after study. This works. And the cool thing is you don't starve yourself like some crazy diet. Don't eat. Between noon and 8, eat. The effective part of the program is that you do 16 hours of fasting, essentially. You from 8 p.m. until noon the next day, your body goes into fat burning mode because it's panicking a little because you haven't fed it. And so what it'll start doing is it'll start eating up the body fat. So if you really want to get a deep education about this and how it works, read the book, Eat, Stop, Eat. But if you just want to, I just gave you a summary of how it works. Go ahead and eat. And listen, when I say go ahead and eat between noon and 8, I'm not talking about eating like 19 donuts. Don't go crazy. But you can eat normal meals. I just happen to be, I'm about to do plant-based. And I know, Angie, you were talking about plant-based for a minute. So Angie's in. I can't read all the comments right now, but I see she's already doing it. I'm going to make Don and Marlon and Nick do the whole 8-hour window thing. And we're going to report our results to you guys. And together, we're going to all get in fantastic shape. Now, how about that? If we get our bodies together, then when we do all this real estate stuff and we get our bank accounts together and then we drop all this wisdom on you, we get our brain together, you're complete. Your brain, your body, and your bank account. That's the whole theme of the show. That's why we're here. It's going to be fun. Doesn't that sound exciting? All right. So there it is. The body challenge is intermittent fasting, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, after everything I've read, it's the most successful, sustainable way to consistently burn fat. Because it doesn't involve you going on some radical diet where you can't eat anything. You can never eat a piece of bread. You could never eat anything sweet. That's not practical to live the rest of your life. You know what I mean? So the reason diets don't work is because people can't sustain them. Okay, I could do anything for a week or two, but then after that, it's like, screw it, man. I want my cheeseburger. Well, this diet does not deny you that cheeseburger. It's just the time window in which you consume your food. You got 8 hours. Eat 2 meals, eat 3 meals. Whatever. Don't go crazy, but that's the window. But the key is when you stop eating, that's it. Don't do it again until noon the next day. And watch the crazy results. Now, if I can get all my boys to commit to it, then I'm going to report some of their stats, but I got to get permission first. I can't blow them up like that without permission. But I'm doing it. I'll be accountable to you. I'll report on every show, I'll report the update. So right now, I am 200.1 pounds. And at last check, and it's been maybe a month, but I was at 24% body fat. And when I'm done, I'm going to be 180 and 12% body fat. You write it down. You heard it here first. Daron C. Campbell, hardest working man in real estate, is actually going to be the fittest man in real estate too. Get ready. It's going to be fun. Join me. It's the challenge. I'm sure you guys will have a blast. Okay. So, now that's that. So, man, I'm burning up time like a madman. Okay. Don't forget, cousin Lenny is in an Uber right now on his way to the station. We're going to bring him onto the show. And actually, cousin Eric is coming to town too, but he's not getting here till later today, so he won't be able to join us on the show. But you guys, cousin Eric is always chiming in, but he and cousin Lenny are coming out here. We're just hanging out for the weekend. Probably gonna get in a little bit of trouble, but if we need you guys to bail us out, we'll be calling you, and we'll have Marlon and Don come pick us up from the pokey. All right, we're gonna take a short break, but when we come back, I'm gonna talk about multi-family investments. I'm gonna talk about units. I'm gonna talk about how you might want your first real estate purchase to be a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex. And I'm going to tell you why that's important, because it could be the biggest first step you could ever take in your road to $1 million. All right. We'll be back in 3 minutes. I'm Daron C. Campbell, the hardest working man in real estate. You're a real estate mentor, and we're all going to the top. Back in 3 minutes. we are back on the road to a million show. We're having fun today. I just noticed that Sheena is on and watching. Good to see you, Sheena. I know I missed the big meeting yesterday, but I promise I won't be the worst member on the board. Okay. So we're on the road to a million show. We're having a great time. So we started the show off diving into the whole body thing. So, we're here to talk about your brain, your body, and your bank account. And so just to recap really quickly, I'm giving myself a challenge since I just had this birthday and I decided I want to be better this next year. I'm going on a plant-based diet with intermittent fasting as the kind of the engine. So that's the challenge for myself. And I'm going to recruit some fellas right here from the show, my producers. I might even get Marlon to do this. Who knows? And we're going to lose some weight. We're going to lose some body fat. And we're going to show you what I've decided might be the most effective way to live a healthy, lean lifestyle. And I believe it's intermittent fasting. So I recommended the book, Eat, Stop, Eat, as your intermittent educational guide. And I'm putting myself out there. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to live it. I'm at 200 pounds and 24% body fat. And let's see what happens when I make this switch. Okay. So that's that. Now that's the body segment of the show. We're done with that. Moving on. Now let's talk about, let's do a little brain segment. I've got a couple of sayings from one of my self-chosen mentors. I got a bunch of mentors who I've adopted. They don't all know that they're my mentors, but they're my mentors regardless. And T. Harv Eker is one of them. And T. Harv Eker has a lot of wisdom to impart, and so I steal a lot of the stuff he says and I spread it to other people. So I'm gonna give you a couple of quotes that T. Harv has put out there, and it's like little tidbits of wisdom that I think if you start applying them and thinking about them, it'll wake you up. So here we go. So one of them is this. I got this box of Secrets of the Millionaire Mind quotes from T. Harv. And he says, one of them is this: if you want to get rich, focus on making, keeping, and investing your money. If you want to be poor, focus on spending your money. Whoa, that tells you a lot. Who do you know that resembles that? Let's do one more. Oh, this one. I always say this in my seminars. Anyone who says that money isn't important doesn't have any. Rich people, wealthy people understand the importance of money and the place that it has in our society. So in other words, there's no shame in having money. There's no shame in wanting money. There's no shame in trying to have an abundance of money. You see? So it's important that you guys know that there's nothing bad about your quest to become financially free, financially independent, financially liberated. And that's only done through money. And there's all these people that wanna say something negative about your quest for money. They want to say something bad about the fact that you want to make money, that you want to have money, that you want to grow your money. I don't want you to fall into that because poor people think like that. Rich people, wealthy people, people who really are ready to grow, there's no guilt is associated with their money. And I don't want you to ever feel guilty about your quest to become financially free. Because here's the thing. You are at your most effective. You are at your most your greatest ability to do good in this world it comes from your capacity, and your capacity comes from many times from your money. Look, how can I impact 5,000 people? How can I help 5,000 people own their first home if I don't first make something happen on my part? If I didn't go out and get this knowledge, if I didn't go out and get this experience, if I didn't go out and get some money and become quote unquote successful to a certain degree on my own, then how would I then be able to come back here and preach to you about how 5,000 people need to own their own home in the next 5 years? How could I speak to you with any authority if I didn't go out and do something myself first? So here's what I'm telling you. The haters and the detractors and all the people that ain't doing nothing themselves are going to try to slow you down on your quest to become financially independent. And I'm here to tell you, rebuke them like the devil. Say, get out of my way, devil. I'm going to get this money. I'm going to get this money. You go get that money, and then you can affect and help everybody that you want to. Get that money for yourself so that then you can go and help your friends and family. I made a little declaration on my birthday that I'm going to help more people. I'm going to be a better friend. I'm going to be a better relative, but I'm also going to help more people who don't necessarily have the knowledge that I have. Now, what's my highest and best use if I want to help people? Is to get a whole lot myself so that I'm not limited, so that I can go and help these people get theirs. Come on. It's broke folks that are trying to slow you down from getting yours. Go get yours so then you can really do some real damage. You know, all the big-hearted, good-hearted folks in the world are great, but wealthy folks with a big heart really can do some damage. You know, that you could have great intentions. You could be like, oh, I love the world. I want to spread love. I'm gonna go pray and worship for the world. That's great. But Bill and Melinda Gates are giving away $30 billion for people to get vaccines and get health care. Now, who do you think is doing more good for the planet? The folks that are going to church and praying for the world, or Bill and Melinda Gates who are going to write a $30 billion check to make sure millions of children get vaccinations and get proper health care? Come on. Get your money so that you can do some damage. Get your money so you can really help some people. Get your money so that you can get out there and change the world. Do something crazy, like help 5,000 people own a home. What do you think of that? All right. I'm excited because I think Cousin Lenny showed up. So we're going to take a short break. I'm going to bring Cousin Lenny in. He just got off of a plane from Chicago. He doesn't even know what he's walking into. I didn't tell him. I didn't prep him. I'm just bringing him on the show. This show is for regular people. Look, I'm the people's champion. We're going to talk to regular people about real stuff, and hopefully we all get better as a result. So I'm going to take a 2-minute break, and I'm coming back with Cousin Lenny from Chicago. I'll be back in 2. Daron C. Campbell, the hardest working man in real estate. This is the Road to a Million show. We'll be back in 2 minutes. back. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is the Road to a Million show. Road to a Million show with Daron C. Campbell, the hardest working man in real estate, your real estate mentor. And we're all taking this journey together. Where? To the top. I got a super duper duper special guest in the studio with me. Everybody say hello to cousin Lenny. What's up, man?
What's happening? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. You just fresh off the airplane.
I don't know if I would call it fresh. It was full of Chicago fans. Everybody's here for the LA game this weekend.
That's right. The Rams are playing the Bears. And what are you thinking? You think the Bears have a chance? I don't either.
Silence. Exactly.
You guys need a quarterback.
I'm not here to talk about the Bears. We'll talk about that off the air.
How about them Bears?
No.
What is the problem? What's the problem with the Bears?
The problem is our quarterback isn't a quarterback.
Yep.
5 words. We could have had Mahomes.
Oh my God.
We traded up to get him.
How did we take Trubisky? Was it the same year as Trubisky?
Yeah, him and Watson.
And they both went ahead of Mahomes? Did Trubisky go ahead of Mahomes?
The Bears chose him over, yeah.
They could have had Mahomes?
Yeah, that's 5 words out of. We could have had Mahomes. But that's okay. Neither here nor there. So he's a problem. It's always the same excuse of, we got a long way to go. The season's half over. This is your 3rd season.
Where's Lovey? Where's Lovey Smith? He's down there doing miracles at Illinois.
Lovey is killing it in Champaign.
And that's your school. That's your alma mater.
Yes, it is.
So Lenny went to University of Illinois. That's where Lovey Smith's now the coach. And Lovey's down there upsetting folks in Illinois. I love it.
I mean, he down there with a cross between Uncle Remus and Santa Claus beard. He is just down there doing it. So.
And he took the Bears to the Super Bowl. I mean, why break it? Why, if it ain't broke, why fix it?
You got to understand Chicago rationale when it comes to our coaches. Once you win the big one, then
we break it up.
You subject to be bounced. Dicker won the Super Bowl.
Got rid of him.
Phil
won 6 titles.
Then eventually they got rid of him. Coach Quinville with the Blackhawks got them 3 Stanley Cups in the middle of the season. They fired him last year.
See, Chicago don't understand.
And you see, the Cubs was over 100 years, and I'm not a Cubs fan. I'm a Sox fan.
Sox fan, me too.
But I give the Cubs credit. And they got rid of Madden, so now he out here with the Angels.
Yep.
He's out here in good weather.
That's right.
He is not mad.
Chicago is notorious for sabotaging their own success. I don't understand it. I remember after Jordan and the crew won that 6th title, they were like, "Well, it's time to break up the team. We're gonna rebuild." Rebuild? You got the best team in history, and you want to rebuild? You don't want to pay Scotty and Mike? Oh, don't even get me started.
But now everybody wants to rebuild. Everybody wants to. You in sports, you've got like a 3 to 4 year window, and if you aren't doing it, we got to change out these people. We got to go get other people.
I'm telling you. So anyway,
almost like real estate, though.
Yeah, that's true. You got to be ready to pivot and reboot and rebuild, right?
Yes.
All right. So cousin Lenny is here, gracing our presence on the Road to a Million show. He got off the plane. He Ubered here. I was like, "You're going on the air." He's like, "Well, what are we going to talk about?" Well, Lenny has had some experience. Well, just as a quick backdrop, we grew up together in Chicago. We went to grade school together. We played football together. So me and this guy go back forever. And he's had a unique set of experiences as it relates to real estate. And so he can share some things like that with you. And today, so Lynn, I don't know if you know this, but I declared the real estate revolution last week. We're going to get 5,000 renters into homes over the next 5 years. That's the Daron C. Campbell real estate revolution. And I'm the general, and I'm recruiting cousin Lenny. What do you guys think?
Well, we'll see how this one goes.
So the quest here is, what I've been showing people over the last couple of weeks is that the rent that you pay could pay for the equivalent, what kind of equivalent mortgage that'll pay. So what we did on Tuesday was we showed people that if they're paying $1,800 a month in rent, they could actually be servicing, at today's interest rates, they could be servicing a $400,000 mortgage. Can you get anywhere in Chicago for $400,000?
You know what? You can, but it's not like it used to be. because I live in Bronzeville right now, and they're building around me like crazy.
So where's Brownsville? Tell us, that's a neighborhood in Chicago?
It's a historic black neighborhood south of downtown Chicago.
South of downtown. So is that still considered the South Side?
Yeah, it's going to be the South Side. You'll have the South Loop, which is right off of downtown.
Okay.
And they've got a ton of apartments there. And then south of that will be the South Side. From there all the way out.
All the way out. We grew up on the South Side, me and Lynn. Okay, so now you're saying Bronzeville is developing, or they're building new stuff?
They're building a lot of brand new houses.
A lot of brand new houses.
Brand new construction. They just put up 4 behind where I live. So the last time you were there, when I was outside cooking, that was a vacant lot. Well, now there are 4 single-family homes.
Wow.
There. And they were all going for $5.25.
Okay, so $525. So tell me what that gets you. $525,000 on a brand new construction place in Chicago. What kind of house is that? Give me some beds and baths and stuff.
It's going to be a frame construction with siding, with a brick facade up front, a 2-car garage, a small backyard with a deck. And
how many beds and baths?
I want to say it's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, or it could be 4. I never went in them because I didn't like the way they looked.
Okay.
And you think I would go in it because it's right in back of me. But then they just built 4 more across the street from there, and they look totally different. And the ones that are behind me actually have more value because they have a deck. The ones across the street have a patio. Okay. So you have to walk in the house and then walk upstairs to get to the kitchen. Whereas behind me, you're going to walk from the kitchen out the door onto the deck. It's all the same level.
Same level.
And I mean, it's things like that you got to think about. Okay. And a lot of people don't look at that. But they've got other houses down from me that were selling. You know what? I showed you one that last time you were there for that seminar.
Okay.
When I was on the way driving, I think we were going to eat. And I drove you because they had an L.A. look.
I remember what you're talking about.
And that house listed for $565.
$565. Brand new construction.
Brand new construction.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, so let's talk about that, because I know Speedy's got a bunch of Chicago listeners, and I do too now. And so let's talk about that. Brand new construction, okay, at $525,000. And let's just say, let's say, well, a lot of our programs now are 3% or 0 down, but let's just assume somebody's gonna put down $50,000. So you're gonna have a $475,000 mortgage, and today's rate. I didn't give you guys today's interest rate, but today's rate for 30-year fixed. Hey, it went down since Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. 3.3%. Fixed for 30 years, okay? Wow, could that really be true? 475, let's do it again. 3.3. Wow. Okay, that means the interest payments are $15,675 a year. We're going to add taxes, insurance. The tax rate in Chicago about 1% like it is here?
No, it's higher.
It's higher?
Yeah.
So we're going to say this is about 2%, kind of like in Texas. In Texas, the property tax rate is over 2%. In California, it tends to be about 1% for the city you live in and another 0.25% for the county.
Actually, I could call someone about that because it varies.
Let's just assume it's 2%. Let's just assume it's 2%. And you got a $500,000 house, so 2%, you got another $1,000, 16, 17. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to live in Lenny's neighborhood in Chicago, then you're going to service a brand new house for $1,500 a month. I'm still trying to figure out why people are paying rent. So tell me about, to rent that house, what does a person pay?
Rentals are in the area that tend to be more condo based. I don't know about renting a single family house.
Okay, but to rent a 3-bedroom, 2-bath spot,
you could find something for $1,600-$1,800.
Okay, but wait. See, you teaching my people some stuff here. So for $1,600 to $1,800 a month, you can rent in the Bronzeville area of Chicago a 3-bedroom spot. But then we just showed you how a brand new house, same neighborhood, with 10% down payment, You can own, check that, for $1,500 a month. That's your mortgage payment, including the taxes. Now, I didn't include insurance in that. Insurance can't be more than $1,000 a year, right?
I say you're probably right around $1,100.
$1,100 a year. So let's just say that's another $100 a month. So for $1,600 a month, you can own a 3-bedroom brand new place in Chicago, but you could also rent a 3-bedroom place for about $1,800. Which one would you prefer?
Now, you want to sell a home ownership, but you also have to address these. Well, I can't say these millennials. You got to address
millennials.
You got to address the people that don't want to own a home.
And well, I'm trying to convert those people. They need to own real estate.
I know people that are giving up homes.
Okay, and what are they doing when they give up these homes?
They will move. They're moving downtown
to rent. And what are they? How are they deciding that that's an advantage?
Some people are tired of home ownership. Some people don't want to be dealing with maintenance, shoveling snow, which we got on the ground now, cutting grass, just the maintenance of home ownership. Okay. Because when you look at our parents' generation,
we talked about this Tuesday.
That generation always worked on their homes. Yep. They would try to do whatever. They weren't calling anybody to come in.
They were doing it themselves.
Our
parents were making me and you go out and shovel snow.
So now you look at our generation, because I'll be 50 in February, God willing. Most of the guys I know do not do that type of work.
They don't want to do that type of work.
No, they don't know how to do that type of work. They weren't raised that way. So for them, it is normal and okay to call a repairman. And I mean, there are times they're going to have to do that. Yeah. But
they don't want the hassle.
They don't want to deal with it. They want to go on out and enjoy their life. They don't want to be worried about painting a room, putting down the floor, working on the outside, cutting the grass, washing the windows. You're losing people now to that.
Now that's an interesting thought, though. Let's examine that, because he's 100% right, and we talked about this. The today's generation doesn't seem to value home ownership in the same way that maybe our parents thought of it as the American dream. Like our parents, his parents, and my parents, that was like the dream. Own this home. His parents got like the best house in the whole neighborhood, and owning the home was kind of like the thing. And his dad was always improving it, doing an addition to the house, changing the landscaping, improving the garage, changing out the better garage door. Is that a lost concept?
It's lost. I would maybe say that we have evolved, but I don't know.
Is it in the right direction?
And I don't know, because you look at Generation X, we're the generation that's disposable.
Meaning what?
When I was in college, one of the conversations I always heard was, well, when I get married, this is going to be my starter home.
Right.
Our parents didn't buy a starter home; they bought a home.
They bought a home, and they had no intention of going anywhere.
My parents are still in their home.
How long have they been in there?
50 years.
His parents have been in this house for 50 years, and again, it's the nicest house in the neighborhood, always was. But 50 years.
And I mean, they got the same furniture in the living room because we couldn't sit in the living room.
You couldn't go in the living room.
That was back when we had the slip covers and everything, and you would stick to the plastic and all that. But now we change stuff so often and so fast. Like we'll change homes. Yeah. We'll change careers. If we got to go, we're going to get up and move.
We change spouses, all that. But go ahead.
Yes.
I digress.
But you gotta also look at when it's time for someone to own a home, do they understand what that actually means? And when you look at new construction, people think everything is hunky-dory. I go into a lot of places now. I was taking out some friends of mine, Heather and June. You remember?
Yeah.
So they're looking for a place, and I went into an open house with them. They had done some work, some mild rehab. But I already knew I didn't like the way the furnace was set up. I could tell the ductwork wasn't right. So there are things that I'm looking at already that people will, just cut, they'll cut corners on.
These builders have cut some corners, huh?
Man, I have seen some shady stuff.
Really?
But you think everything is okay. And then once you get in the house a year, 2, 3 down the road, it's wintertime. You got the furnace on. This room is burning hot. This room is freezing cold, and no one understands why. So you think, I'll just put a heater in that room, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Well, that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Got it.
So you gotta really pay attention to your builders, and depending on,
not all builders are created equal. That's for sure.
Depending on where you are, look, some people will only want a house listed in the spring or the fall,
right?
So
they won't get exposed.
You won't get exposed.
You won't know.
Yeah, I mean, where I'm at was a new development, and Kim was actually the listing agent. So my ex-wife ended up selling it out so much that the developer gave it to her. So now that I live in one of these units all these years later,
that's why that might be why he ain't married no more. But no, that's a whole nother story. So that was new construction when you...
It was a rehab. So it was new construction on a rehab.
Okay.
And, they converted it. So my unit is a duplex.
Okay.
So, if you look at the front of the building on the King Drive side, those are all single floor units.
Okay.
Condos. On my side, they're duplexes. So I got 2 floors. It's like 3,000 square feet.
Okay, so wait. So look, he just brought up a good point when he first walked in. Terminology matters. Now, when you say a duplex, what does that mean in Chicago?
2 floors.
2 upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah, you got a 2-floor unit. So
okay, and there are multiple units in that, or is it just a 2-story house?
It's a condo, but it's a 2-story condo.
Are there other units attached to it? I mean, is there other units under that roof?
Yes.
How many?
There are 4 total.
Okay.
2 on that side, 2 on my side.
And what makes it a duplex is that your unit is multi-story.
Correct.
Okay, so we call that townhouse style here in California, and a duplex is a 2-unit building.
Okay.
Okay, so just so you guys are clear, so he's got a duplex, 2-story. It's a 2-story unit in a 4-unit property. And that kind of brings me to something I wanted to talk to you guys about, and Lenny can chime in. The Marlon checked out some prices of multi-units because, Lenny, here's what you should know, is that what we've been doing is we've been looking at this real estate revolution. I want 5,000 people to own. In some cases, in this last 27 years, I have put people into their first property, but it has been a duplex, triplex, or fourplex, so that we could change the affordability picture of it. Now, and I'm gonna give you guys a quick snapshot of something that Marlon pulled up. You were gonna say something?
So when you say that, you got them buying a multi-unit building that they're living in, but they're going to rent out the other units for cash flow.
Bingo.
Okay.
Bingo. And so, so let's see. Let me pull one up right here for you. I got a duplex here, okay? And so we told you guys, because we're going to get Speedy his house, and we were looking at some possibilities for Speedy, and then some other people called me and said, okay, cool, but Speedy might make more money than me. I want to know, is there a possibility for me to own something when my income is not so great? And I said, well, you know how we solve that problem? We'll put you into a multi-family property, a duplex, a triplex, or a fourplex, and we will have tenants who will be your tenants that will help you pay that mortgage. So let me give you a great example.
Not help pay. They're going to pay the mortgage.
Well, there you go. Exactly. And if with any luck, they'll pay the whole mortgage through the rent that they pay you with that duplex. So I got one here in Los Angeles. It's a duplex, 2 units, and they are so it's 2-bedroom units, 1,496 square feet of living area. So they're small. They're not huge units, but they're 2-bedroom units, and it's $659,000. Now, why is that important? Here's why it's important. Because a 2-bedroom, 1-bath unit in this area of Los Angeles, and this is LA for those of you who want to know exactly where we're talking about. We're talking about not too far from USC in the historic South LA district, an area that USC has been buying property like crazy over there. So if you can get a hold of some, I'm going to recommend it. USC is driving values in this area in a big way. So anyway, this is a duplex. You can own this duplex for $639,000. Now, why is that important? Because it's two bedroom, 1-bath units. Marlon's latest rent survey in that area says that a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in this location rents for $1,850 a month. Why is that important? Because we know this from the last show, that $1,800 a month, $1,850 a month, but $1,800 a month services $400,000 worth of mortgage. Now, okay, if you're doing the math, that means we're buying a $639,000 property, $400,000 of which will be serviced by one tenant. $1,850 comes into your pocket from that tenant, and then basically you're financing the rest. So if I'm doing the math for you properly, that means 2/3 of the mortgage is going to be paid by your tenant. Do you hear me? So a $650,000 house, if the mortgage is total mortgage there is about $2,400 a month, $1,850 of it is going to come from your tenant. You're going to pay $550 towards the mortgage yourself. Does that make economic sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Absolutely.
But
here's the but. Lenny's always got. He's the devil's advocate. So go ahead.
I'm an engineer. So
he's an engineer. A little bit anal retentive.
I want to know what's not gonna work.
Well, plenty's not gonna work.
But as long as they go into it understanding that there's work involved, you're not gonna have a property manager. You are the property.
The property manager, right? So with this privilege comes responsibility. True.
Yes.
Now that's why you go through an expert real estate agent who's going to tell you some tricks of the trade. I'll share some of that in a minute. And that's why you bring somebody with some eyes and ears like Lenny. This guy could build anything with his bare hands. And you take a professional inspector with you. I won't let you buy a house or a duplex or anything without getting a proper inspection. Here's the other big secret that a lot of people don't know. A home warranty is something you always ask for in your purchase agreement, and you ask for the seller to pay for it. Now, what's a home warranty? Oh my God, I'm gonna bring a home warranty expert on here. Marlon, put Bella down as one of our guests. We're gonna bring a home warranty expert in here. Check this out. For $500 when you buy the house, a home warranty company will insure all of the moving parts, meaning the appliances, even the roof. HVAC, that's the air conditioning unit. The swimming pool from leaks or cracks. There's a whole list of coverages that are included in a standard policy, and what I always ask for is the deluxe policy, and I ask for the seller to pay for it, and it basically blankets that house for you from anything possible going wrong. You like that idea?
Yeah, we just used it. I just used it at home, yeah.
It's real, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people don't even know a home warranty exists. You can buy an old house, buy a home warranty policy, and renew it every year. You'll have to renew it at your own expense, but for that first year, we're going to make the seller pay for it. So now, not only did you just buy this house, not only did we just negotiate you a great deal, not only did we have it inspected by a professional inspector, but we're going to make the seller buy you a home warranty and ensure the proper mechanical operation of all the things that function in that house, from the dishwasher to the washer and dryer to the air conditioning unit to the roof to the pool. So we're going to protect Speedy's house from the day that we buy it, and we're going to make the seller pay for it. How brilliant is that?
I mean, it's like buying one of these pre-certified cars.
Yeah.
You know, when you buy a pre-certified car for 12 months, 12,000 miles, everything is covered. So if you can work that deal on the home warranty, you know you're good for a year.
Exactly. And here's the thing. The home warranty company will let you renew it every year. So rather than be out there exposed and like in month number 15, the air conditioner goes out, rather than having to buy a $4,000 new air conditioning unit, the home warranty company will replace it. All you have to do is renew that policy that costs like $79, or no, maybe it's more than that. Let's see, the last home warranty, Marlon, how much was that last home warranty we did in Hollywood? $595 for the first year. And then I think renewal is a little bit cheaper after that. But for $595, but wait, I'm gonna get the seller to pay for it for you for year one. But every year after that, you renew that policy. I have seen that home warranty policy save people $20,000 in repairs.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, it's worth it. And it's worth it, especially for this generation
That is not mechanically inclined. Hey, I don't want to mess up my manicure. I ain't fixing nothing.
Well, I don't have one because these hands do work.
This man can build or fix anything. Okay, I'm telling you. You tell Lenny go out there and build a tractor. He'll do it. Just give him some dirt and some spit, and he'll make it happen.
No, that's ML. ML built the tractor.
Oh,
that's actually a true story.
Is it?
That's a whole other thing.
Well, this man, he's an engineer with a degree from University of Illinois in Champaign. And oh, you didn't go to Champaign?
I did, but I finished in Chicago. It's the same school.
Same school.
But somebody's gonna be listening. They're gonna be like, "Lynn, you
no, you didn't."
I went to UIC. So.
Okay. University of Illinois engineering guy, but the dude is mechanically inclined. He's coming to my house. I might find some things for him to fix this weekend. But anyway,
I'm on vacation.
I like it. So here we are talking to cousin Lenny, you guys. This is my cousin. We grew up in Chicago together. He's one of the smartest dudes I know. The guy is he knows a lot about a lot. And if anybody wants to call in and talk a little trash to Lenny, you can. We're at 818-914-4097, 818-914-4087. This is the Road to a Million show. We're at Road to a Million show on YouTube. We're on Daron Campbell Coaching on Facebook Live. Join us, call, chat. We're going to take a 2-minute break, maybe 2.5 minutes, and me and Cousin Lenny are going to come back. We're going to talk to you more about home ownership, about multifamily, about a lot of stuff. This is where you learn about your brain, your body, and your bank account. Road to a Million show. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Interesting.
And we are back on the road to a million. This is the Road to a Million show with me, Darren C. Campbell, the hardest working man in real estate, your real estate mentor. And we're doing this journey all together to get to the top. What is the top? It's optimal maximization of your brain, your body, and your bank account. So we're always looking for ways to get better. I want to get smarter. I want to get fitter. I want to get richer. And if you agree with me, you should be riding on this road with us every chance you get. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday live, and we're on every day thanks to Marlon. He broadcasts something every day, but we're live on Tuesday and Thursday. I'm sitting here with Cousin Lenny. Y'all can just call him Cousin Lenny like I do. And we grew up in Chicago together. Thanks for being here, cuz.
I appreciate it.
This is fun. Lenny just got off a plane. He came in from Chicago. He's coming to hang with me for the weekend, and we're talking because he's got a lot of experience. He's an engineer, University of Illinois grad. He's owned some real estate in Chicago. He knows a lot about a lot, and he was just telling me a quick story about how valuable a home warranty had turned out to be in the home he currently lives in. Why don't you tell that story real quickly, Len?
Well, the AC went out. And when that AC went out and the condenser is up on the roof.
That's why it's a big deal, because this air conditioner is on the roof in Chicago. So go ahead.
And it's a 4-ton unit. So people, if anybody knows anything about HVAC, that's a big unit. They can't They can't go up the ladder with that. So we ended up getting a home warranty, and they came out and replaced all of that. Still had to come out of pocket with some money, but it was probably about 25% of what we could have spent.
So look, so that total job would have cost,
if it would have been done the way I wanted it, replacing the furnace as well, it'd have been $10,000.
$10,000.
But because there was nothing wrong with the furnace, only the AC, it would have been, I think, $6,200.
$6,200 for a brand new air conditioning unit that had to be taken by crane to the roof. But because you and your partner bought a home warranty policy, what came out of pocket?
Was it $2,200?
That saved at least $4,000 because they were smart enough to get a home warranty policy and basically cover the mechanical parts, the mechanical appliances, etc., of that home. I know a lot of my people don't even know that home warranty companies exist, but they are typically it's an insurance policy. But it's an insurance policy. It's kind of like buying a maintenance policy for a car, right?
It's exactly the same thing.
Exactly. A lot of people didn't know you could buy that for a house or a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex. You could buy a home warranty. As a matter of fact, if I'm your realtor, which you're crazy if I'm not your realtor when you buy one, I'm going to make sure that you get a home warranty policy, and I'm going to make sure that we make the seller pay for it for the first year. So for that entire first year, anything significant that goes wrong with that house is going to be covered. And as a matter of fact, in most cases, correct me if I'm wrong, in most cases, they replace whatever it is as opposed to repairing it. Now, if it's just a minor little thing, of course, they're going to just repair it. But I have seen them quickly replace an entire condenser, an entire dishwasher, etc.
Yeah, they replaced all of that, and they had to flush out the lines because the unit was so old. They used a different refrigerant. So they weren't gonna. I mean, the copper is going up the side of the building to the roof. They weren't gonna replace that. They had to flush it out with a special process so that there was no contamination. It was an all day. It was an all day event. I was there the whole day.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's pretty remarkable. But you see, I think a lot of people are just learning the home warranty policy is a major thing in your acquisition. So when you buy, write this down. When you buy, make sure you ask for a home warranty policy. And if you can, ask for the extended coverage, because then it covers everything. And you can save yourself thousands upon thousands of dollars over the course of a few years. And you're allowed to renew that policy basically forever. I can't imagine when it's a bad idea to not renew that thing. So, I mean, even in a brand new house, hasn't it been your experience? Brand new houses should have them too.
A brand new house is like a brand new car.
It could break too.
If somebody put it together, it's susceptible to breaking.
Yep. Agreed. So now Lenny lives in the area of Chicago that is quickly developing. So there's a lot of new construction in the Bronzeville area of Chicago. I mean, Chicago in general, there's a lot of construction, right?
I can't say that because certain places I'm not going, like around where my parents, live.
Mm-hmm.
That's called Washington Heights. Benny's over there.
Yeah.
There ain't no new construction over there. Everything is pretty much
it's built out.
It's built. So unless you want to go get a house and rehab it,
mm-hmm.
You got to go look for new construction.
So in your estimation around Chicago, if a person wanted to be a real estate entrepreneur, what would you say is the best opportunity for somebody? Like somebody, one of my tribe, everybody's investor, entrepreneur minded. If they're in Chicago or wanted to go to Chicago and wanted to make a smart move in the real estate game, what would they do?
You got to ask, what do you want to do? Do you want to own something? Do you want to flip something? Do you want to have something as an income property?
Okay, so let's talk about that.
That's a whole big. Everything is different.
Okay, so I'll tell you the progression. So with my people, what I recommend is that you flip until you don't got to flip no more. So in other words, you flip properties to accumulate capital. Then you buy property that you can hold for cash flow. And when your cash flow exceeds your lifestyle overhead, you become free. So that's the DC pathway. I'll help you flip until you got enough money to buy an investment property, and you buy enough investment property to cover your monthly overhead. And when you got monthly overhead money covered coming in the mailbox, you have achieved freedom. So if I was coming to Chicago tomorrow and I only had $50,000 and I wanted to do the DC process, what would you recommend?
You can go find some single families to flip, but you have to be cognizant of where you're doing it.
Okay.
So like right now, Inglewood in Chicago. Now, there are times where you hear things on the news about Chicago. A lot of times it's Inglewood. So Inglewood is in the process of going through gentrification.
It is.
But it's a slow process.
Sure.
Everybody's been speculating on this for the last 15, 20 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're like, I know people that are walking away from lots because they haven't seen it turn enough.
It's not happening fast enough.
Right. But they just built a new high school over there. They consolidated some high schools. There's a new STEM high school over there. And the main thoroughfare on 63rd Street has been redone. New police station. There's a Whole Foods over there. So there's a whole lot going on. And even though we got a new mayor now, Rahm Emanuel's plan, he was trying to sell the thought of Inglewood to middle income white families.
Really?
And the reason was he's trying to sell it as it's not far from downtown.
Yeah.
It's close to the expressways.
Yeah.
It's not far from Midway Airport. So when you look at those things, you can go over to Inglewood. You can find a lot of stuff that you can flip. But now you have to find someone to buy it.
Yeah, that's the toughest part of the flip is somebody going to pay me retail?
And the thing about flipping, don't be in love with this house. Be in love with the idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're flipping it, you're going to provide a nice home for someone, ideally a first-time homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be what you would want to buy. So
but it's business. It's not emotional.
Yeah,
and the flip game is business.
Don't start with all these major upgrades for things that you like, because you're not gonna get that money back.
Right.
And that's the one thing. A buddy of mine, he was putting all this stuff in a house that were the things that he liked, and it's sat on the market for a long time.
Okay.
Because he felt it was worth it. It's only worth it if somebody's gonna give you the
only
money.
worth what somebody will pay. That's right.
And so, if you're gonna play the flip game, that's why they got all those contractor packs at Home Depot of light fixtures and everything else. You want to go in there
basic,
very basic. Leave room for that homeowner to make upgrades.
Gotcha.
You know, they want different light fixtures. You can go ahead and put them in.
They can upgrade them, right?
You can upgrade that yourself. You don't like the wire mesh closet organizer that all basic stuff has. You want to upgrade to something from.
You want to go to Closet World? That's on you.
Yeah, exactly. So leave some room for them to make the upgrades, and but then like tile floors in the kitchen. You can go cheap and basic, but put something down nice, not nothing that's extravagant because you're cutting into your profit.
And again, you won't get those dollars back necessarily.
You will not get it back.
Gotcha.
So
would you invest in Inglewood? I mean, would you if you were out there on the hunt, would you say that's a spot you'd go to invest, to flip, to fix and flip?
To flip, I could do that.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine, he lives in Inglewood, and his house is. You look at the house from the outside, and you walk inside, your mouth just drops. You can't believe what. But he did the work himself.
Okay.
Okay. You met him. That's other Mike.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah, you can, but he's not trying to flip that right now,
right?
Because he's not going to get the money back.
Is he renting it out? Or is he living?
He lives in it.
He lives in it. Okay.
For everything that he's got up in there, it's home for him.
Okay.
But I could go over there and flip a couple of things, but when you're flipping, that's your side hustle. I'm assuming you still have a job.
Sure, you got to flip until you don't have to anymore, and so most of my listeners, they'd be flipping to make that additional money so that they can continue to invest, but they also have a career.
But make sure they got to understand this is not a hands-off deal. You just can't go buy this house. You just can't go get somebody to say do this and then think you're going to just sell it and make that money.
It's not passive.
Not at all.
Yeah.
You got to be ready to work.
Exactly.
And if you want to make the money, you're going to be doing a lot of that work yourself. I mean, you'll get contractors and you'll get, electricians and plumbers to do that work, but you've got to go in and monitor their work.
You got to be project manager.
You have to.
You got to be your own project manager. It's not a passive game. And same with any city in the U.S., LA, Chicago, wherever you might go. And we're starting to look at opportunities in other states. Matter of fact, I'm going to show him later. We just looked at some apartment opportunities in Chicago. We just started to look at some opportunities in Minneapolis, which is actually blossoming. We know what's going on in southern areas in Atlanta. I got a buddy that just invested in Florida, Vero Beach area of Florida. Texas has a lot of opportunities. So as we proceed, as we grow, I'm going to tell you guys more and more about other markets. We're just getting educated right here about Chicago from cousin Lenny. Very, very valuable information. Again, as we progress, as the weeks progress, I'm going to tell you more about other markets. But get ready, you guys, because we got the private lender coming on. We got the conventional lender coming. We got the credit repair expert coming. We got the home warranty expert coming. We're going to bring as many experts onto the show as possible, and we're going to bring as many folks that are looking to grow just like you onto the show, and we're going to walk you through it. The real estate revolution is underway. This has been a fantastic show. I want to say thanks to Cousin Lenny for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure as always. It's been fun. This is the Road to a Million show. I'm Daron C. Campbell, the hardest working man in real estate. You're a real estate mentor, and I will see you at the top. Everybody, make it a great day. Peace. Later, tribe.
Yeah, they got it bumping.